Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the Hawk and the Kulakar. And bring Wraithguard. I have need of it. Come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there where we last met countless ages ago. Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you. Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you. Come, bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together let us free the cursed false gods. Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind. Is this how you honor the sixth house? Tried on more? Come to me openly, and not by stealth. Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made. It began here. It will end here. Have you any parting words? Or would you prefer to skip the speeches and get to our business? You are the challenger here, after all. So to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. Now that you have come to me here, there can be but one result. Many times I have considered offering to share this place with you. I considered offering to accept your oath of service. You might try to buy my trust by giving me Wraithguard, Keening, and Sunder. I thought we might once again be friends, comrades, brothers in arms. But I have won this place and power by right of conquest, by right of daring and enterprise. I will not risk it to cunning and deceit. I offer you no deals. If you are my enemy, I cannot trust you. And even if you are not my enemy, I cannot let you live. It will all be decided here. I believe I will prevail, but I cannot be sure. And I am vain enough that, should I fall, I would wish to be remembered in my own words. So if you have final questions you would ask them now. I have final questions I would ask you, if you would answer. My first question is, are you really Nerevar reborn? That is bitter. The gods and fates are cruel. I served you faithfully once, Lord Nerevar, and you repaid me with death. I hope this time it will be you who pays for your faithlessness. My second question is, if you win, what do you plan to do with the power from the heart? Will you make yourself a god and establish a theonomy? Or will you complete Akulakan and dispute control of Tamriel with the Septums? Or will you share the heart with your followers as I have and breed a new race of divine immortals? Well, perhaps there may be surprises in store for me yet. Or perhaps you obscure your plans on principle. Or perhaps you are an instinctive bluffer. No matter. My final question is, if I had offered to let you join me, would you have surrendered Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to me to seal your oath? Thank you for the forthright response. And now, if you have any questions, ask them. Otherwise, you are the challenger. I await your first blow. What are your questions? I will continue to draw divine power from the heart and distribute it to my kin and followers. I will continue to broadcast divine power upon the blight winds so that it will touch each soul in Vvardenfell and then more broadly across the waters to the rest of Morrowind and Tamriel. In time, every mortal in Tamriel shall feel the liberating contact with the divine. What are your questions? The sixth house will serve as the elite cadre of our movement. As cultists evolve through various stages of enlightenment, they will become, as suits their abilities, either holy warriors or priests. Their duty is to prepare themselves for service. Their joy and liberation is to enter even more deeply into the profound enlightenment of the divine dream world. What are your questions? I will free the Dunmer from the imperial yoke and cast down the false gods of the temple. I will lead them out of their ancient superstitions and gift them with intimate knowledge of the divine. Then perhaps when Morrowind is once again restored to its ancient glories, it will be time to consider whether the Dunmer should cultivate ambitions of empire. What are your questions? If by my crimes you mean the inevitable suffering and destruction caused by war, then I accept the burden of leadership. The Sixth House cannot be restored without war. Enlightenment cannot grow back without the risk of upsetting the tradition-bound and complacent herd. And the mongrel armies of the Empire cannot be expelled from Morrowind without bloodshed. As I have charity and compassion, I grieve, but our mission is just and noble. What are your questions? I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. I have been denied the opportunity to study Wraithguard, and I am not sure how much of Kagranak's lore was invested in his tools, and how much in his own sorcery and mastery. I have long studied Kagranak, and have come to admire his wisdom and craft. Someday, after the campaigns of the Sixth House are secure, I hope to have time to dedicate to this mystery. What are your questions? Akulakan will serve three purposes. First, it will be the champion of my armies, liberating first Vvardenfell, then Morrowind, and then, perhaps, the rest of Tamriel. Second, it will serve as a sower and cultivator of the divine substance derived from the heart. 3, it will serve as the prominent banner and symbol of our cause. To defy the Empire, to liberate mortals from ancient superstitions, and to glorify our crusade against the gods. What are your questions? Very well. If you are impatient to begin, go ahead. You are the challenger. To you goes the first blow. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention to work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy. This is the bitter, bitter end. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. Stop! This is not too late for my mercy. The bitter, bitter end. Persistent, aren't you? Careless thing.
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine, your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vvardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to Aldruin. I'm the local caravaner, and I can...
Why walk when you can run?
Good day, stranger. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlali.
Where would you like to go?
Keep moving.
The devil is dead, and the blight is ended. We believed that the Nerevarine prophecies were false. You have slain Dagoth-Ur and his kin, and have proven us wrong. Accept our apologies, and our thanks, Nerevarine. Praise Almsivi! Praise the Nerevarine! The devil is dead, and the blight is gone!
How does it feel to be famous, Nerevarine?
Where's that slave? Here not long ago.
Welcome. Can I tell you about the Imperial... Yes, Brenton.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an... Nerevarine, an honor. How can I help you? Uriel's septum is sick, and wizards say his heir, Geldol's septum, and the younger septums, Enman and Ebel, are just doppelgangers placed in the household during Jagertharn's tenure as Imperial battle mage. They say the guard charged a mob demanding destruction of the false heirs. Lots of folks were killed.
Hello, friend. Are you seeking transport to Mournhold again? Heading back, are you? Hope you've gotten all that business cleared up. I'll transport you right away. Good luck to you.
Ah, yes. What is it, Mutsara?
Good foot. Hello,
Justice
what can I do
never
for you?
sleeps.
The Dark Brotherhood have a long and interesting history, though a great deal of it still lies shrouded in mist. The smallest settlements are Ashlander nomadic camps, comprised of small portable huts. Rural people live in Dunmer village style. Group Sota Sil is one of the 3 god kings of Morrowind. While Vivek and Almalexia have traditionally been fairly visible to their followers, Sota Sil has been more reclusive. He is known as a great mage and scholar, and is said to live in a clockwork city of his making. Almalexia is a member of the Tribunal. She was the wife of Nerevar, and one of his most trusted advisors. She resides here in Mournhold, and is much loved by the people. Hello, what can I do for you? Goblins? In Mournhold? I've heard some odd stories of creatures in the sewers beneath God's Reach, but I never thought they might be goblins. Terrible creatures. God's Reach is on the western side of the city. There are a number of manors there owned by some of the more wealthy citizens. You'll also find the Craftsman's Hall, which is a fine place to find armor and weapons. They'll even make them to order, provided you have the materials. You can check out the Winged Gwar Tavern as well. Not a bad place for a drink, or if you need a place to stay for the night. You might check out the Museum of Artifacts as well. The curator is always trying to add to the collection. Good to see you again, friend.
Sleeps.
I was just doing a little writing.
I could eat a baby's arse through a sewer grate.
It is always an honor, Nerevarine. Goblins? In Mournhold? I've heard some odd stories of creatures in the...
You've got the better of me, so go ahead. Hello, nice man. You see Dilborn? Dilborn, my friend. Dilborn gone 3 days now, and Thrud sad. Dilborn, big and mighty wizard. Dilborn read books to Thrud. All the words, big words, 2, maybe 3 times. Now Dilborn gone, no one read books to Thrud. Thrud sad. Thrud miss friend Dilborn. You help Thrud find Dilborn? Thrud happy. Find Dilborn now, yes? Thrud see Dilborn go down in sewers near here. Dilborn go to sewers lots to meet friends, Dilborn says. Most times Dilborn back soon, and happy. But Dilborn not back soon now. We go to sewers, find Dilborn.
Justice never sleeps. Justice
If
never
a few
sleeps.
words can help, I'd be happy to talk. Greetings. I am Tarasa Aram, curator of the Mournhold Museum of Artifacts. The museum is privately funded and is an effort to collect and display many of the artifacts from this part of the world. Should you want to sell something you feel the museum will be interested in, bring the item here and we can assess its value. Be warned, however, that theft is a serious matter and likely to equal a death warrant for any foolish enough to attempt it. I do not wish to know what you must have been through to acquire this ring. If it has outlived its usefulness to you, perhaps you would be willing to sell it to the museum. If so, I can give you 11,000 gold in exchange. It's your choice, of course. The museum is interested in purchasing unique artifacts from all over Morrowind. If you have anything we might have an interest in, we can discuss the specifics. I can tell you up front that the museum is willing to offer half the total value of any artifact sold, up to 30,000 gold. We do have a limited budget, you see. Welcome back to the museum. I do not wish to know what you must... Unless Sirabane himself comes to collect the ring, it will retain a place in our collection for a long time to come. Thank you. Rumor has it the god of justice himself wielded this hammer. I am inclined to believe it, as none less than a god could ever hope to raise the thing, let alone swing it. It took 4 men just to lift it onto the podium for display. The museum is always interested in expanding its collection. You're in God's reach. As you leave here, you'll see the Winged Guar directly in front of you and the Craftsman's Hall on your right.
Justice never sleeps. If a few words can help.
Welcome to the
I'd be
morn.
Need custom armor? I'm the one you want.
Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. Have you come to order a piece of my famous custom armor? It's okay, really. I didn't mean it. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. I make ebony armor and glass armor to order, but my specialty is adamantium armor. There's adamantium ore in the rock beneath Mournhold, and our family have been adamantium crafters for many generations. You supply the adamantium ore and pay for my work, and I provide you with custom adamantium armor. Here, I've had a list of armor requirements and prices printed up. Look it over, and if you're interested, and you have the adamantium ore and the gold, speak to me again. We'll write up an order, and you'll have your new armor a day later. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to... I make ebony armor and glass... Where beneath Mournhold? Well, that's a secret, of course. Worth quite a lot, and found only in hard-to-come-at and dangerous places. But now and again an adventurer will come by with a fine load of ore, looking to have a helm or bracers made, so they must still be finding new deposits. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my You're not the type I like to deal with. Get lost. It's a start. I suppose we can talk. It's okay, really. I didn't mean it.
What do you want? I'm here to make weapons.
Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. Have you come to order a... It's a start. Get lost. Well, that's thoughtful. I don't... Stop it. It's okay, really. I didn't mean it. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. Have you come to order a... You're too kind. It's okay, really. I didn't mean it. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. It's a start. It's okay, really. I didn't mean it. Hello, Outlander, and welcome to my shop. Have you come to... I suppose we can talk more. I don't want it. It's okay, really. I didn't mean it.
What do you want? I'm here to make weapons, not to chat. I am a smith. Go sewers now. Thrud see Dilburn go there.
Can't talk now, Outlander. I'm waiting for someone.
What was that? Well, well, look what the scrib dragged in. I suppose you're here to rescue our little Dilborn, eh? Then I suggest you don't make any sudden moves. You see, when people owe me money, I get a bit touchy. Attack me, and my men have orders to kill Dilborn first. Poor, naked, defenseless Dilborn. But if you're here to settle Dilborn's debts, we may be able to work something out. That's right. We indulge in a bit of gambling down here from time to time, away from the prying eyes of the guards, you know. Dilborn is one of our best customers. He currently owes. If my memory serves me right, yes, Dilborn owes me the sum total of 3,000 septums, and he's not leaving here until he pays his debts. Not for you, my little friend. If they owe me money, even my closest associates have trouble persuading me to back off a debt. That's right. We indulge in a bit of gambling down here from time to time, away from the... All right, he can go. Alum, remove his bracers. Dilborn, never show your face to me again, or I'll slice it off with a rusty spoon, you hear me?
Welcome to my world, where we do things my way.
You've got your Dilborn. Not how I'd spend my money, frankly, but that's your affair. And now, though it's been charming chatting with you, I won't keep you. Talk. You don't want to talk to me. Talk to the boss, Strathus.
Thank you. I am in your debt. Alas, in my present financially embarrassed condition, it is a debt I cannot repay. I hope that, under the circumstances, your own virtue will be sufficient reward. I assure you, I'm everlastingly grateful to be united with my faithful friend Thrud.
I let
Tidings
the
and
boss
good wishes
do all
to
the
you.
talking. Nothing.
Dilborn back! Dilborn back! Dilborn, Thrud says Dilborn never go to sewers again. Here, take Thrud's favorite book. It is very good, many words, on both sides of pages. You help Thrud free Dilborn, and make bad people sad. Thrud happy, 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 like pig in mud. Now Dilborn read many books for Thrud, make Thrud smart.
I saw the gold, and I took it. A different man might not have, I know that, and from time to time I think back on the hour when I saw the gold and took it. You see, I was hungry. Isn't it ironic? I don't remember much else about that night but the gold and the hunger. I don't remember the name of the tavern or even the village, but I believe it was somewhere in southern Vvardenfell. I can't really be certain. For some time I sat dumbly in my chair, my mind occupied with nothing but the pain in my stomach. If you've never been truly hungry from days of no food, you can't know what it's like. You can't concentrate on anything. It wasn't until a figure to my left got up from the table to get a drink and left a stack of gold marks behind that I snapped to awareness. From this moment on, my memory is crystalline. My eyes to the gold, my eyes to the stranger's back, walking calmly toward the barmaid, my hand to the gold in my pocket. I'm up from the table and out the door. For just a moment I look back. The stranger has turned to look my way. He wears a hood, but I can feel his eyes meet mine. I swear I can scent a smile. Out into the street, and behind some barrels I crouch down, waiting for my pursuer. One benefit of a lifetime running from guards, I know how to disappear. For nearly an hour I waited there, suffering even more from hunger. You see, I was awake now, and I had the means to buy myself a feast. This knowledge tortured me. When I finally got to my feet, I very nearly fainted. I had only enough energy to walk to the other edge of the village to a run-down tavern before collapsing at a table. I think I must have fallen unconscious for a moment before I heard the barmaid's voice. "Can I get you something to eat, Sarah?" I gorged myself on roasts and pies and huge frothing mugs of grief. As the fog of near-fatal starvation began to lift, I looked up from my plate to see a gold-masked stranger looking at me, his vizard glowing by the blinding light of the moon through the window. He wore black leather armor and was a different physique and size from the man I had burgled, but I could tell he knew. I paid for my meal quickly and left. I skirted the edge of the village, through a tiled central courtyard surrounded by the squalid peasants' cottages. There was not a light shining from any window or door. No one was on the streets. I could find no place to hide, so I took the road out of town, heading for the wilderness. Hunger had pushed me on in the days before, but now I felt what I imagined to be the whip of guilt. Or perhaps even then it was fear. I fell twice, rushing down the dark path, unused to the slopes and pebbled texture. The sounds of animal life, which I had numbed to, were suddenly very loud in my ears, and there was something else out there in the night, something chasing me. On the side of the road there was a low wall, and I scrambled over it and hid. I knew enough about concealment to pick a spot where the bulwark sunk slightly, so even if someone saw the outline of my figure, he would assume it to be part of the wall. It wasn't long before I heard the sound of running footsteps from more than one person pass me by and then stop. There was a moment of whispered conversation, and one of the people ran back on the path toward the village. Then silence. After a few more minutes, I peered out from behind the wall. A female figure in a dun gown, wimple and veil stood in the road. On the other end of the road, blocking the way back to town, was a knight, coated in dark mail. I could see neither of their faces. For a moment I froze, unsure whether either or both had seen me. "Run," said the woman in a dead voice. The hill behind me was too steep, so I leapt over the wall and across the road in 2 bounds. Into the night forest I ran, the maddening jingle of the accursed gold in my pocket. I knew I was making so much noise my pursuers could not help but hear me, but now I cared more for putting distance between us than in stealth. Clouds of ash filtered through the moonlight, but I still knew it was too bright to hide. I ran and ran until I felt all my blood pumping in my head and heart, begging me to stop. I was at the edge of the wood, on the other side of a shallow stream, from a vast, crumbling house, encircled by a rail fence. Behind me, running footfall in the broken, dusty earth. To the south, downstream, a distinct sodden splashing of someone moving nearer. There was no choice. I half jumped and half fell into the mud and dragged myself up the bank on the other side. I rolled under the fence and ran through the open field toward the house. Jerking my head around, I saw 7 shadowy figures by the fence posts. The cloaked man I had robbed, the man in the gold mask, the veiled woman, the dark knight, 3 others too who had pursued me but I had never seen, and I thought I was the stealthy one. The moon was entirely hidden in a swarm of ash. Only the stars offered their meagre illumination as I reached the open door of the ruin. I slammed and bolted the door behind me, but I knew there could be no protection for very long. As I looked about the ravaged interior of broken furniture, I searched for someone to hide, a corner, a niche where if I stayed very still, no one would see me. A splintered table lying against the wall looked perfect for my purposes. I crawled under it and jumped when something moved, and I heard a frightened old man's voice. "Who's there?" "It's all right," I whispered. "I'm not one of them." His puckered, gnarled hand reached out from the shadow and gripped my arm. Instantly I felt sleep fall upon me, resisted as I might. The old man's horrible face, the face of the hungry dead, emerged as the moon came out and shone through the broken window. His talons still gripping me, I fell back, smelling his deaths around me. The table was thrown back. There stood the 7 hunters and a dozen more. No, hunters they weren't. They were harriers who had chased me out of every hiding place, expertly pushing me to the lair of the real predator. He was weak with age, the old man was, not as good at the chase as once he was. A blunt, killing machine. "Please," I said. It was all I could muster. Having enjoyed the sport I offered, he granted me mercy of sorts. I was not bled dry. I was not cursed by being made one of them, the burn. I was kept with others, most of us mad with fear, to be aged and tasted at the vampire's whim. We are called cattle. I lost all hope months ago of ever leaving the dank cellar where they keep us. Even if this note finds its way to the outside world, I cannot give enough information about my whereabouts to be rescued, even if some champion were able to defeat the bloodsuckers. I only write this to keep my own sanity and to warn others. There is something worse than being hungry, being food.
You choose to share your time with me? You humble me.